Resibo na mag-uugnay kay dating Speaker Martin Romualdez sa mga diskaya. So, delikado ito. Sisiyasatin ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee ang report na bumili ng house and lot sa exclusive village sa Makati City si dating Speaker Martin Romualdez gamit ang pangalan ng mag-asawang kontraktor na sina Curly at Sara Diskaya. Ito, post. Ito ang sabi ni Lacson, bakit ganon ang koneksyon para pagtiwalaan mo yung isang kontraktor na nasasangkot sa sinasabi ko na ito? 207.5 billion na kontrata mula 2016 hanggang 2025. Napakalaki. So kung mayroong koneksyon, dapat maliwanagan natin kung bakit ganon kalakas ang tiwala para ipagkatiwala mo yung pagbili ng isang house in lot sa isang sikat na subdivision sa Makati City. Yon ang pahayag ni Senator Lacson. So ito yung article ng Abante. Ping Lacson, ilalabas testigo. Curly and Sara Diskaya front ni Martin Romualdez property. Ihaharap ni Senate President Pro Tempore Panfilo Ping Lacson ang isang testigo sa Lunes, January 19, upang magbigay ng detalye hinggil sa binili umanong property ni Romualdez sa Makati gamit ang pangalan ng mag-asawang Diskaya. Ito ang sabi ni Lacson, this is a good development. Aabangan natin ito. Actually, merong testigo, kaya nga pinapa-arrange ko na kung pwedeng makausap yung dating may-ari para siya mismo yung magsabi ng mga detalye. Aniya, layunin ng investigasyon na maliwanagan kung bakit ipinagkatiwala ni Romualdez sa mga Diskaya ang pagbili ng mamahaling property sa Makati City. Nang tanungin kung magkano ang binayad sa pagbili ng nasabing property, sinabi ni Lacson na ang dating may-ari ang pinagpasya kung magkano niya ito ibebenta kay Romualdez. Name your price ang usapan. Gusto nating maliwanagan kung magkano talaga nagkabentahan. Nilinaw naman ng senador na bilang pagkilala sa interparliamentary courtesy, hindi niya, ito na naman problema, hindi niya ipapatawag si Romualdez maliban na lamang kung pumayag si Speaker Faustino D. III na paharapin ang Leyte Sulod. Hinamon din ni Lacson si Senator Amy Marcos na dumalo sa hearing upang mailahad niya ang mga nalalaman tungkol sa pinsan niyang si Romualdez. Itinanggi naman ni Romualdez sa pamamagitan ng kanyang abogado ang aligasyon na nakipagkita ito sa mag-asawang Diskaya upang gamitin bilang front sa pagbili ng bahay sa Makati City. Sinabi ni Attorney Ade Fajardo, abogado at tagapagsalita ni Romualdez, na walang alam ang kanyang kliyente sa sinasabing transaksyon. Representative Romualdez has not met with the Diskaya and has only heard of them based on what is being said in media reports. As such, the claim in the report about using the Diskayas as front in the property purchase is outright baseless. Ipinaalala rin ng abogado ang testimonya ni Curly Diskaya sa pagdinig sa Kamara Representative noong September 2025 kung saan sinabi nito na gusto ko lang pong linawin na wala po akong diretsang transaksyon. Hindi po ako nagkaroon ng anumang klaseng transaksyon kay Speaker Romualdez. Ito na. Medyo mas exciting na ito kung totoo itong testigo na sinasabi ni Senator Lacson na magdidiin kay Romualdez. At least, mawawala yung speculation na prinoprotektahan niya si Romualdez. Kasi nung una, kaya nawalan ng gana ang ibang mamamayan nung lumabas si Orly Gutesa, imbes na tutukan na ni Lacson yung mga sinasabi ni Gutesa, follow the lead o the evidence, wala, kini-question niya ang credibility ni Gutesa eh. Kaya ako personally na turn off ako kay Senator Lacson the way he handles Orly Gutesa. Ngayon, hindi na natin malaman na saan si Gutesa. Buhay pa ba? Kung buhay, sino ang may hawak sa kanya? Sayang yung kay Gutesa. Sinasabi ni Senator Lacson na malakas daw sana ang ebidensya kay Romualdez kung nagpakita si Gutesa sa DOJ. Wala nang tiwala yung tao sa DOJ. So, sayang si Gutesa. Ito ngayon, pakinggan natin, i-monitor natin January 19, itong testigo na magsasabi na si Romualdez ginamit lang niyang front ang mag-asawang Diskaya para makabili ng Sana ma-develop itong lead na ito kasi kailangan talagang may managot eh. Saldico and Romualdez. Si Saldico, nandyan na yung warrant of arrest. It's just a matter of time na maaresto, mapabalik sa bansa, mapakulong. Magkakaroon na ng hustisya kung mapakulong nila si Saldico. Tanong, alam ba nila na saan si Saldico? Kaya ba nilang pabalikin at ikulong dito? Suntok sa ban. So dito ngayon kay Romualdez, this is a good development. Sana magkaroon ng hindi nila, baka itong testigo nito baka maging Gutesa na naman na biglang mawala at hindi na mahagilap. Kanyang solar power project with Meralco. Nako, si Pangulong Marcos Jr. sa launching ceremony ng project, ipinagmamayabang niya ang proyektong ito. Ngayon, ginigipit na. Bakit? Dahil ba sa Cabral Files? Pakinggan natin ito resibong inilabas ni Congressman Libeste. Yan, nandyan si Libeste, yung naka-block.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today we take a leap towards the future, driven by innovation and sustained by our collective hope for a cleaner and greener Philippines. We stand together at the site of what will become the largest integrated solar and battery storage facility in the world, the Terra Solar Project. This landmark project will put our country on the map as a leader in renewable energy. To Meralco, Terra Solar Philippines Inc., Solar Philippines New Energy Corporation, MGen Renewable Energy Inc., and other partners behind these projects. Your efforts have shown that we can forge ahead as key players in the world's energy revolution. The Terra Solar Power Project is designed to address two critical challenges of our time: the surging demand for electricity and the pressing need to shift to renewable and sustainable sources of that energy. With an investment of over 200 billion pesos, this demonstrates confidence in the stakeholders in our nation's potential and our commitment to securing a stable, steady, reliable, and sustainable power supply. Once fully operational by 2027, this facility will deliver 3,500 megawatts peak of solar power to the Luzon grid, with 4,500 megawatt hour of battery energy storage. A 13-kilometer, 500 kilovolt transmission line will connect this project to the power grid, ensuring that clean energy reaches Filipino homes and businesses with efficiency. This project will energize over 2 million households and reduce carbon emissions by more than 4.3 million metric tons annually. To put that into perspective, it is the equivalent of removing 3 million gasoline-powered cars from our roads. Decisive action towards helping address global warming and climate change. By leveraging our abundant solar resources, the Terra Solar project will help stabilize our power supply, reduce energy costs, and contribute significantly to our target of 35% renewable energy share in the power generation mix by the year 2030. This initiative will also benefit the communities that host it, spanning 5 municipalities across Nueva Ecija and Bulacan. It is estimated that the project will create over 10,000 jobs. Certainly, it will stimulate local economies and open countless opportunities for growth and development in those communities. Over the next decade, it is poised to generate nearly 23 billion pesos in financial benefits, resources that will pave the way for even greater progress. The impacts and advancements of this project are amongst those that we envisioned when I spoke about energy in my recent State of the Nation address. We are working towards a steady and reliable power supply that will meet the demands of today and continuously fuel our ambitions for tomorrow. Projects like Terra Solar bring us closer to that vision. I call on all the government agencies, national, local, and private sector entities to fully support this endeavor by ensuring its timely completion. Let us do the same for all renewable projects. From powering our homes and industries to illuminating our collective aspirations, let this serve as a reminder. When we come together, united in purpose and action, there is no task too daunting, no challenge too great, and no goal beyond our reach. The strong typhoons that we have been experiencing should further strengthen our resolve to find and facilitate solutions that will save our planet and the future of mankind. I hope that beyond the technical and economic milestones brought about by this project, let us remember the broader goal that drives us. It is a bagong Pilipinas, where our needs are met responsibly, equitably, and sustainably. Let us ensure that Terra Solar becomes a beacon of hope and progress, a testament to what we can achieve when we protect and preserve our natural resources while drawing strength from its abundance. Together, let us create a brighter, more inclusive, more sustainable future for all Filipinos. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Mabuhay.
Yun. You see, pinapasalamatan niya ang Meralco at ang kumpanya ni Congressman Barsaga. I believe this is early January of 2025. So, hindi pa nag-divest, hindi pa pumasok sa politika si Congressman Barsaga. Kasama pa siya, kasi kasama siya doon sa yung naka-itim na suit, siya yun. So, I'm not sure kung itong project na ito ba yung kinansila ang kontrata o iba pa, kasi maraming mga kumpanyang basta ito po yung integrated solar farm with battery storage, considered the largest in the world kung makumpleto. Ang partnership nito is yung MGen o Meralco, General Power Corporation, at saka yung kumpanya, dating kumpanya ni Congressman Libeste, na ngayon nag-divest na siya. Yung shares niya doon sa mga kumpanya, ibinenta niya, so wala na siyang pakialam doon. Ito ngayon yung pinag-iinitan. I don't know kung ano bang kontrata yung kinansila ng Department of Energy at minumulta kunuhay, planong multahin ng 24 billion. So, yun na po. Kung sino pa yung kongresista na ramdam natin na may malasakit sa taong bayan, lumalaban sa korupsyon, sa ngayon ang ginigipit.